But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals.
They might be different individuals, but they're all still fat. Welcome back. It's your boy Danye BC2, and you already know this is gonna be a fun one. Y'all see the title, y'all seen the intro, and this is just another example of this new modern day thinking. At the end of the day, people, and this is what I'm starting to realize, people are literally trying to just make everybody fit their own personal narrative. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make everything be acceptable. They're trying to make everything seem like people are attacking you if you're doing something that probably shouldn't be happening. Now, I already know y'all here to see what's going on with this topic and fat phobia or fatphobic or whatever they're talking about. I don't believe there's a such thing as fatphobic. I've seen there's a definition for it, but I don't think people are worried about that. At the end of the day, it's not healthy to be that big, and you shouldn't strive to be that big. And personally, I think that you're trying to make it be acceptable to be that big to make you feel better and also to make men feel bad for judging you a certain way. That's my personal thought, but hey, what do I know? Let's get right into the video and let's see what they are talking about. And shout out to the whatever podcast, they're doing their thing and they running their numbers up. So always got to give a shout out to them. Let's see what this video is hitting for.
Hey, bestie. You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Zoop, catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing.
I'm a grown man. Okay? Talk to me like a grown man. Ooh. And all that other stuff, man. You teaching. So now I'm starting to, you're teaching kids. You're teaching kids this craziness. Sad.
Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking or wakes up early in the morning or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping...
Oh my God. I gotta go big screen for this one. It is so disrespectful. Let me look in the camera. It is so disrespectful for all these people when they go through problems and issues that they're trying to figure out to bring up the black struggle. Like, it doesn't compare. Like, they try to do this with the alphabet community, in which they're trying to say, like, they were trying to, like, especially when it was like big, the alphabet community and their movement, they kept trying to compare their struggle with black people. No, there was 400 years of slavery. Like, there was us first getting treated, and my ancestors getting treated as literally nothing. We were nothing to people. We weren't looked at as humans. So no, stop acting like certain things are the same, or stop bringing up our problems. It's not close, and I think it's really disrespectful. Just because you're fat, now you want to talk about, like, act like, oh, it's like calling black people. Like, no. Stick to the topic, especially if you're talking to kids, because that's what it sounds like she's talking to kids. Don't do it. Don't do it. That stuff just makes me mad. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's keep watching.
Putting all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot, is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Listen to.
That's so different than hating a group, a racist group. That's just preference. That's just the fact that men don't want fat women. I mean,
Let's have the girls answer.
Do you guys think it's fat phobic? Like, do you think it's fat phobic to have preferences about whether or not you want to date a fat person?
That's so mean to say like guys just don't want fat women.
that's the
I mean,
truth. I mean,
generally
maybe like
speaking-
fat
You're
men
saying
want
that's
fat
weird.
women.
Generally speaking, very few of us want fat women.
What women want fat men? I mean, it's like
I don't know. I feel
Let's say you had the option, Lauren, between a super jacked Chad and an ultra fat dude. Which one are you
okay.
picking?
Well, it's like it's personal preference.
That is a bad argument. White guy, you're messing up, okay? And stop acting like girls and guys are the same, because that's what he's trying to do. Oh, well, would you want a guy to be fat? It's different. It's different. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's keep watching.
Exactly.
That's
Do you think it's mean that guys have
So
personal
mean.
preferences too?
But I feel like you're just saying that about all men in general.
saying what?
Like all men don't want.
No. I mean, I think that some men like that. Probably, I'm sure those people out there. But like for the most part, we're not looking for that. Like especially a guy who puts an effort in himself.
I'm gonna have no opinion on this.
What do you guys think about what she said? What do you guys think?
I have a pretty controversial opinion.
I love
I
controversy.
guess.
Let's
It's
hear
not
it.
anything like original, a lot of like, other podcasters say it, but like that body positivity is a harmful public service announcement if it's discouraging prioritizing your health. So basically, like encouraging people to think like fat is beautiful, fat is like incredibly unhealthy, leads to the number one causes of death in America. And yeah, it's a terrible thing we should not be encouraging in any capacity.
You are so
So
fat
there you
phobic.
go.
Shout out to that woman right there. Shout out to her. At least she has an opinion. And that first lady, let me put the screen up. The first lady that's smiling on the far end, look out for her. These are the women to look out for, especially other women. Do not take advice from that lady. You know why? Because she's going to sit here and tell you what you want to hear. She has, like, she even said, like, I'm gonna stay away from that. No, because you're part of the problem. If you don't speak up, or if you don't address certain issues, because you're on a podcast to talk. You're here to talk. So don't act like you didn't come here to conversate. You have to talk about this. Like, I'm glad the lady, she even said this is going to be controversial. You know why? Because the big women are going to come out and attack her. So think about this. If everybody takes especially females, because females care what other females think. At the end of the day, a woman definitely values another woman's thoughts more than a man. So a woman would have to send this message out that it's not okay. So think about this. If everybody thought like the first woman who didn't want to answer the question, literally it would be chaos, because everybody would be thinking being big is okay. Like everybody would think like it's okay to be that way because, oh, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But if everybody took the approach of the other woman and actually fought back that it's not okay and it's actually dangerous to promote being this way because it's unhealthy. And it is one of the leading causes to death. Like, you have heart problems, like diabetes, all this stuff can occur from you not taking care of your health. So let's start acting like the woman that's okay with being controversial to actually help the community. Like, you think you're not saying nothing is helping. No, you're actually hurting it. Saying something is going to help it. Let's watch more.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Based?
I'm like health. I'm like pro health. I think health is if it's not your priority, if it's not your number one priority, maybe reconsider that. Maybe like consider making it your number one priority. And yeah, I don't think as a culture we should be like, I'm not saying like bully people for their weight, but maybe don't have a culture that's shaming, like discouraging people from prioritizing their health and
I
taking care of
totally
their
agree.
bodies.
Yeah.
So I think there's a balance there because I do have friends that are larger, and it is genetics. No matter what they no, listen, they do the diets, they do the stuff, they lose a lot of the weight, but there's some weight that's very difficult for them to lose, even though they're
Listen, I'm not about to sit here and act like some of it is not genetics. Some of it is genetics. But to make that the first thing out your mouth, you're making excuses for why a lot of us are overweight. Genetics ain't over 70% of Black women overweight. That has nothing to do. No, some of it's genetics, but that genetics ain't 70%. It's not even close to 70%. At the end of the day, you're making excuses. Like, just work on it. Work on it. Work on it. That's it. Work on it. Because you can work on it. There's gyms out here. There's memberships. There's push-ups. There's walking. There's running. Go. There's a lot of space outside.
continuously working on it, right? It's a continuous effort to work on yourself. So I don't think that we should marginalize people. But I also think that everybody has their own preferences on what they're attracted to.
And
If you're
also
looking
some
for a
skinny
partner,
people, like aren't the most healthy too.
there are people who are anorexic.
Why in the
Yeah.
U.S. though? The U.S. has the fattest people, and it, like this can't just be. I do believe that genetics play a role. That's for sure. That's true. But why in the U.S. is it that it's just okay here? It's just
Are we continuing the body positivity concept? Because I think that there is a certain aspect to that culture where it is overdone, and we are encouraging people to be unhealthy. But
Right.
my understanding was the question was the intent and preferences in your partners. So is that the discussion, or is the discussion the body positivity? What's
Which
the
would you
discussion right here?
prefer? Would you prefer a man who's in shape or a man who's fat?
All right. He just keeps bringing it back to a man in shape, man. All right. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But yeah, so that's what I think. Like I said, I think the second girl hit on the head. And this is the thing too, and they keep saying this. There are men that prefer bigger women. That is true. I'm not about to sit here and act like every man wants a woman that's totally in shape. There are men out there looking for that. But a majority of men aren't. So, as a woman, let's take your pick. Listen, I like to gamble. So, let's gamble for a second. Let's say you want a solid man in a serious relationship and a good man. We're not talking about a bottom level man, a man that isn't, worth a lot. Do you think a good man, and you want to pick from a pool of a lot of men, are going to be more on the healthy side? Are going to be wanting a girl that's more healthy, or going to be looking for bigger women? You think there's going to be a bigger pool if you were in shape to pick from if you were in shape, or a bigger pool to pick from if you were big? I would say the in shape is going to give you a lot more options, is going to prepare you to pick a better spouse or a better boyfriend or whatever you're looking for. So I think that's a reason to get in shape, is to first feel better. Health comes first, and then also give you better options. So listen, please hit that like and subscribe button if you like the video, if you're still here. And road to 1,000 subscribers. I forgot to mention that, but I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you could please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. it would go a long way, and it'll help with engagement and everything. So please do that, and see y'all next video. Thank y'all for watching.